Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and tonight y'all already know what it is. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all done heard me talk about it last time I came and did a review. Y'all know I've been hyped for this for the longest since Spider-Man No Way Home. You know, I've been hyped for this for a long time. What am I talking about? I'm here to review Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Yes, I saw it. I'm ready to talk about it. But before I get into it, I'm going to remind you guys, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already subscribed. And I really just want to give a genuine thank you to everyone who's been viewing my videos, everyone who's been liking, subscribing, commenting, just interacting with the videos. I really appreciate y'all. Everyone who's on the Facebook page, the Twitter page, Instagram. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all more than y'all ever know. As y'all can see, it's just me here tonight. Sam is Sam is on vacation still. She's just chilling. She saw the movie too, but this movie was so great it knocked her out a commission for tonight. But she'll give her thoughts at another time, and she's also prepping for BrickWall anime, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Yeah, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I mean, where do I begin? Wow. I mean, first of all, this film right here is obviously the follow-up to the 2016 Doctor Strange film and every subsequent appearance he's had after that, honestly, to be honest with you. This stool, whatever I was about to say, right? This movie obviously has our returning cast members. Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, he's back. Benedict Wong is back. Rachel McAdams is back as Christine Palmer, who was the love interest in the first film, if y'all don't remember. I never know how to say his name the right way. I have never known how to say it. But Chiwetel Ejiofor, I'm sorry if I messed your name up, buddy. Back playing Mordo. In addition to those returning cast members, we also have some brand new people. Yes, we have Xochitl Gomez. I've practiced how to say that name before I even got on here, and I feel like I said it wrong anyway. But Xochitl Gomez playing American Chavez, and Elizabeth Olsen playing Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch. Yes, so this movie, come on, you see it's stacked already, and it also is directed by Sam Raimi, who directed the original 3 Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. He also directed the Evil Dead movies, and he's done a few other ones that honestly I have not seen all of Sam Raimi's films, but I do definitely know Evil Dead, the Evil Dead series, and obviously we all know Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. So all of that formality out of the way. Hold on, got one more. It has currently sitting at 75% on Rotten Tomatoes and 7.5 IMDb. So as much as I just talked about how hype I was to talk about this film, and excuse me, I'm chewing gum. That's why I keep stopping chewing gum. It's unprofessional, but I do it anyway. As much as I was talking about how good this film was and how excited and how hype I am, this film has gotten mixed reviews. And for some valid reasons, I think. I can get into those a little bit later on because I have a feeling that one of the people I've spoken to about this movie may be chiming in, maybe not. This is not a tease for anything. I'm just expecting someone to chime in. But anyway, so where was I? Oh, yeah, there's mixed reactions. So yeah, it has really mixed reactions from, every which way. It's kind of really, I haven't really sat down and got like the general consensus of where people are split, because there's always like one thing that people always agree on when they're split for the most part. I haven't really found that in my own personal searches, but what I do see is that people are unanimously saying that this is such a different Marvel film, and that's good. This isn't just a Marvel film. This is a Sam Raimi film. Like Sam Raimi can say, yeah, put it under his belt. Yeah, that's right. I did Doctor Strange too. And I didn't care. I did whatever I wanted to do. Not saying that Sam Raimi sounds like that, but I just imagine he'd be able to do that now. So this movie here, gosh, what can I say without spoilers? So we pretty much start off, we see another version of Doctor Strange that is in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything, but I won't tell you which one. We start with an alternate version of Doctor Strange, and and it's a pretty epic opening sequence with a fight, a monster, and America Chavez ending up being saved by said Doctor Strange. And then we find out there's actually a dream that our Doctor Strange in the movies, in the main continuity of the MCU that we followed thus far, he's been having that as a dream. He's been seeing that particular thing happen as a dream. And so not too long after that, we are not thrust, but we are put into the main the second action sequence, but the first main action sequence of the movie after we see our main titular character in all his glory and stuff like that. Also in between that, there's a wedding and a pretty interesting theme here about if Doctor Strange is happy, with not being able to find love because of his because of his duties as a sorcerer. He's not the Sorcerer Supreme because, for those of you who remember, Wong is now the Sorcerer Supreme. Right? Remember that. So, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Some of the plot. I'm trying to talk about this movie without giving it away. It's kind of hard. So Christine Palmer, she's getting married. Doctor Strange is there at the wedding. And of course, in the midst of that, a giant monster attacks. And so, that's our first action sequence. We get it really big, really fun. So that's when they meet America. And they find out America Chavez is from another universe and that they have to protect her because something is trying to take her power. So Doctor Strange decides he should leave her in the hands of Wanda, who's someone that can protect her and also someone that can fight alongside him if something else comes up. So with that, though, we find out that Wanda has a plan of her own. And boy, let me tell you, the way they used Wanda in this movie, what Wanda did in this movie, oh boy, she turned up. She's not Wanda anymore. She is the Scarlet Witch. And of course, she's a little possessed, for lack of a better term, by the Darkhold, which magic book that was introduced in WandaVision. And, so this movie kind of does rely on you having seen WandaVision. Maybe not all of it, but a good chunk of it. Maybe like those last 2 to 3 episodes. To really kind of get what's happening, in certain parts of the movie, or just overall with Wanda's arc, to kind of have a better understanding of it. Because as it stands in the movie, it's just like, okay, wow, that's that Wanda girl, right? The one that was with the Vision. And if you even remember that, you say, wow, whoa, she had kids. Whoa, what happened to her kids? Whoa, why is she? Whoa, when did this happen? Like, if you hadn't seen WandaVision, honestly, you're going to be kind of taken aback by a lot of things that Wanda's doing in here. So I would recommend watching some of WandaVision. Like I said, maybe the last 2 to 3 episodes will really do it for you. If you're on a time crunch, I would say the last 2 to 3 episodes really can kind of do it. And then, if you got even more time, watch the whole series. It's like 8 episodes, I believe. 8 or 9 episodes, I believe. But yeah, so through that, there are pretty much the movie turns from we have to protect this girl to we have to protect this girl from Wanda and kind of, stop her and save the multiverse. So it's a really off to the races movie, and I like when movies do that. Like, it's just like, okay, these characters, we gotta have a little bit of talking, and we're off. Everything you see from this point on is high octane action. You need a breath, too bad you don't get to take one. You know what I'm saying? So this is really, really energetic in that way. That's one of the things I liked about it. Another thing about this movie, because I pretty much told y'all like what's going on in general. So like, you don't really need to hear me tell you anything else. That's basically it. They are trying to keep the girl. It's a game of keep away. The movie is pretty much a big old game of keep away, because if Wanda gets the power, if Wanda catches America, she'll take her power away, and so that she can be able to use her power as she sees fit. But in order to protect America, there's a big question in the movie, and it kind of harkens. Matter of fact, not even harkens. It directly says a line that Doctor Strange said in, I believe it was Infinity War, when he's like, in the infinite pretty much in the whole entire grand scheme of the multiverse, your sacrifice right now means infinitely more than the life that you lived. I believe that is directly the quote, actually, but it might be a little tweaked. I'm not a verbatim guy, but that's pretty much what it was, right? So you have this question like, do we sacrifice the girl? Do we take her power, or do we let her take her power, or do we try to figure out if she can learn to control her power? Because America Chavez's power, what is it? What could it possibly be that could be so powerful that everyone's after it and everyone's trying to keep it safe? Well, she has the ability, and this isn't a spoiler because it's her comic book history and everything like that, but she has the ability to create portals to different universes. She doesn't really know how to use it. It kind of happens to her when she's afraid, but in the comics, and they do show this a little bit in the movie, she can punch. She can actually punch a star-shaped hole that will allow her to go to any other dimension that when she controls her powers, she could think about it and go there. But not knowing her powers, who knows where you'll end up, right? So this movie, like I said, the movie is good. So I'm going to talk about the things that I like, because that's all the general things that you need to know about this movie. So what I liked about this movie, again, like I said, I love that it just went and started off just boom, here we are. We were starting. Okay, you need a little reminder, here and here. Okay, boom, there we go. More action, more action. I like that about it. I always like movies about that, especially with established characters. Like, okay, we know who you are. Can you just do something already? I love the horror element to it. So if I didn't mention earlier, Sam Raimi, he's a horror director. His roots are in horror, right? Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of his filmography, but I have seen the notable ones, Evil Dead, and Spider-Man being the two notable ones that I've seen. But I do know he's done other movies, and great director. Check out his films. But the horror element in this movie was something I was not fully expecting, because I saw Sam. I was like, okay, Sam Raimi does horror movies. I know Scott Derrickson, who did the first Doctor Strange movie, he was in the horror. So that movie had a little bit of scary stuff in it. Not really like anything to note, though. But I was like, just hearing that originally this movie was going to be scarier had Scott Derrickson had returned. This movie was going to be, they said it was a bit more scary. They didn't really want that. So that's kind of like what they went with Sam Raimi. That being said, this is still very much, it's a lot of horrific stuff in here. Like, and it's fun. It's fun. I mean, like nothing, I don't think anything really like scared me, but it definitely did give me that vibe like, ooh, that's creepy. Ooh, they're going crazy. Ooh, they let Sam Raimi do what he want. Like, I like, and I love that. I love that about it. Another thing that I liked, so this is the goriest. I should take my gum out. Excuse me, everybody. I'm just going to take my gum out. So this is the scariest, not scariest. This is the goriest, the bloodiest, the most violent. Can I say the most violent? I can say the most violent MCU movie to date. And when I say that, I mean, there are some things in here that I was like, hold up. Disney let y'all do that? I can see a Paramount let y'all do that. You know what I'm saying? I can see Sony letting y'all do that. Well, we don't want Sony near this movie, so I'm sorry. But I can see Universal letting them do that. But Disney? You got like Disney has not turned up like this has not allowed a movie to turn up like this with some of the violence and some of the gore. And not saying it was outrageous or anything, but Disney hadn't done this on a PG-13 scale since Pirates of the Caribbean, to my memory, right? And if y'all seen Pirates of the Caribbean, y'all know that movie is it's mature. That movie's mature. But this one right here, I was like, oh my God. Like, there was a part that's still living in my head to this day. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if I'm ever going to get over that. But it's a part in here that I was like, holy shoot. Like, that really happened? I was like, oh shit. Like, I was sitting there like, oh, whoa. Like, really, they went for it and they did it. And I really love that they did it. I really love that they weren't afraid. It didn't seem like they censored it, because you would think they would have censored that. That's all I gotta say. So I like that. I like the unexpected nature of it, like, because it does take a lot of like left turns and twists that you don't really see coming, just in terms of the action and the scale and how much things escalate from scene after scene after scene, fight after fight after fight. It just escalates. And I love that so much about this movie. Like, I was literally on edge from beginning to end. I had the excitement bug, and you got that excitement, you feel in your gut, and you're just like, oh, yes. Like, I had that the entire time. I was like, whoa. I was like, oh my God, really? Woo! Like, that was something like that. I think the last time I felt like that during a Marvel movie was Infinity War, because Infinity War also just starts and keeps going and going and going and going, and it just escalates. Like, everything just escalates until you get to that crazy ass ending. It's crazy, right? But nah, this one was just like, I loved it. The action sequences were good. The uses of their powers was great. And now let me just go ahead and get to the last thing I really liked about this movie without giving spoilers. And that is, oh Lord, Elizabeth Olsen as the Scarlet Witch. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Bravo. Bravo. She did such a phenomenal job. Honestly, one of the best acting bits in the entire MCU. She is up there. There are other characters. Don't now that means I'm gonna have to sit back and watch all the Marvel movies, and now I'm not ready for that yet. But she did a great job with this movie and as that character, and what they did with the character was so good. I loved it. Oh man, she was menacing. I mean, from the moment you realize that she's a villain of the movie, like from the moment you realize that, hey, nah, she on for the minute. For the minute I realized it, I was shook. And when that scene happened, I was like, oh God, no. Like, I was like, oh crap, y'all gotta, whoa. And she just kept turning up. Like, she had a scene in there when she was doing the little, what I'm gonna call it, the horror shuffle. And if y'all watch horror movies, y'all know what I mean with the horror shuffles in there. You know what I mean? I do too much for y'all sometimes with the body movements. But she did it. And it was crazy. Oh man, the both. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She did that. And I was like, oh, that was insane. Like, I was into it, and I love this movie. I don't know if I want to talk spoiler. I might do spoiler talking too. I'm gonna do spoiler talking. I'm gonna have Sam here with spoiler talk, because when we got to talk about this movie, and I feel like maybe that's why she's not here tonight, because when it comes to this movie's kind of, you got to tiptoe around a lot of things. But when we get to talking spoilers, all I'm going to say is, without spoiling it, because we saw it in the trailers, of course, the Illuminati is here in the MCU. But y'all better enjoy the scene. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it. That is, enjoy that scene. Enjoy it. Everyone, I'm proud of y'all. But enjoy the scene. That's all I got to say, because that Illuminati scene is, for me, it's not even about the characters. It's about what happens to the characters, okay? And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, oh man, that was tight. That was crazy. Like, this movie really was bonkers. Like, it was out of control. Like, it was just so. But all those things that I did enjoy about it, and I did enjoy quite a few. I enjoyed this movie. I tell you about, I enjoyed this entire film. I loved it from start to finish, and I definitely do plan to see it again. Honest to God, I plan to see this again. I think I've only seen, this will be the third Marvel movie I see twice. The first one I saw twice was the first Avengers. The second one was Guardians of the Galaxy, and this one, Doctor Strange 2. I'm going to see this one again. I plan to see this again. And I'm so serious about that. I know I say that about a lot of different movies. No, I'm dead serious. I'm probably going to end up seeing this again within like the next 2 weeks. I'm dead serious. Like, this was a good movie. And I didn't see it in IMAX, but I do encourage you to see it in IMAX if you can. If you can accommodate for that, see it in IMAX because this is a pretty film on a regular screen. This is a beautiful film. I can only imagine. I talked to someone who saw it in 3D. They said it looked beautiful. I can imagine what it looks like in IMAX. Oh my God. Wonderful. So now I've talked about all the things that I like. I'm going to talk about the few things I did not like. I understand it's a small list, but it's still some things I didn't like. So one of the things I didn't like, I mentioned earlier, is that it does rely on knowledge of having watched WandaVision, maybe a couple of episodes of What If, maybe even the first Doctor Strange to an extent. Oh yeah, and maybe just a little bit of No Way Home. So as someone who knows people who aren't going to watch those things, I can say it kind of does diminish that experience because, like, for the reasons I said earlier, like, you would just come to this movie like, oh wow, she's, just trying to, oh, she's going crazy, oh, blah blah blah. Like, you don't really have that connection to the character. Say, damn, Wanda finally snapped, bro, or dang, this is like, ooh, like, you know what I'm saying, to where you feel conflicted on when you want to find a different solution for Wanda throughout the movie, like I do after watching WandaVision, all the different MCU stuff. You might not get that connection if you don't watch those things. And so that kind of bums me out a little bit. So that's one thing I have a problem with. Another thing I have a problem with, that I didn't necessarily care for another thing I didn't like about the movie, let me just keep it plain and simple, is that they not use the full scale of what they could do with the multiverse. Now, for those of you who follow the channel, subscribed, and even if you just watched a couple videos of mine, you may have seen I reviewed a film called Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you didn't see I reviewed it, you may have heard about that film, Everything Everywhere All at Once. There's a film that involves the multiverse. I'm not going to get too much into it. Y'all can go check out my review I did for that. But my thing is that movie being a smaller scale, you might as well say it's an independent film. You can say that. And no disrespect to the directors, the Daniels, y'all made a phenomenal film. But yeah, for a film that's smaller and isn't connected to such a large universe and that uses the multiverse a lot better than this big budget Marvel studio, everything connects, we're on top of the world superhero blockbuster film. Honestly, and if you do ever get the chance to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, you may see what I'm talking about. There are concepts here that were used in that movie here in Doctor Strange that were used in Everything Everywhere All at Once that were done better in Everything Everywhere. Multiverse shown better in Everything Everywhere. So I mean, this is not the strongest multiverse film. And I say all that to say that I don't think that this movie used the full extent of the multiverse and what it means to have that available in your arsenal, especially with them being Marvel. They could have done a lot more with that. We really only went to one multiverse, one other universe, maybe two, but I'm counting one. So there's that. So it's not so strong on the usage of multiverse, but again, still a solid film. And the last thing I didn't like about the film, and this is a very small thing, but I didn't like that they didn't use the Doctor Strange theme like the entire movie. Because the way I envisioned it, I'm like, okay, you can use the Doctor Strange theme, mix it with the WandaVision theme, have some epic stuff going on in the background. Oh, that's crazy. They didn't do that. They kind of came up with their own original score, which is fine. Danny Elfman on the track this time instead of Michael Giacchino. That's cool. And I didn't even know Michael Giacchino did the Doctor Strange song, which is why it slapped so hard. But, I mean, I just would have liked the song to play more throughout the movie. That's all. Because, I mean, come on, it's the dun 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 dun. Come on, like that. Come on. He's got one of the best themes in the MCU. Come on, especially in the MCU now. Like when we have iconic themes now. Like we all know what Spider-Man's theme is. Dun 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 dun. And we all know Doctor Strange's. Like I just sang it, and like those are the two that really honestly have like iconic themes in here. So it's like. We didn't use one of them, so I mean, I guess this is fine. But and the Avengers, dun, 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 so. But that's I guess that's a nitpick that I just didn't like that they didn't use it. So, but other than that, everything was good. Like the score was still tight. Don't get me wrong. The score was still tight. Sam Raimi's direction in this was amazing. He's a great director. I mean, I'm so sorry I haven't seen so many of your films, Mr. Raimi. But I really do like what you did with this one. I really did. I liked what you did with this one. Um, it was good. It was really good. And it was as much as his film as it was a Marvel film, if not more his film. A lot of things that he does, I recognize. I was like, oh, okay, you usually do that. Okay, that's cool. Like, they let you do that in this movie. So it was really fun. Wong was the MVP as always. Come on. Anytime Wong shows up to the party, he the MVP. All he gotta do is just walk in there. Sup, guys? MVP right there. Wong, give it up. So I like that. Y'all can tell. I believe. Cause I'm telling y'all don't understand. I really fucks with Doctor Strange for real. Like for real. Like this is not no cap. This isn't me. Oh, Endgame, and I was really liking Doctor Strange. Now I was like, I liked his first movie. Then I saw Infinity War, and I saw how he kind of turned up there. I was like, all right, I'm really digging Doctor Strange. Like I was really feeling it. So like I was there. I liked it, and I really did enjoy his first movie. And I was always waiting to see the follow-up between him and Mordo, which is my third nitpick. But I will save that for spoiler talk because I did not think, oh, it came so close. But I still have a question. It's like, so so that's and I'm into it in spoiler talk. I promise I will try to do a spoiler talk for this, guys. But if not, I'm sorry I didn't spoil it for you. But I would assume that you have seen this movie before I've done this review or sometime after I've done this review. And so you probably know what I'm talking about when I mention Mordo, right? Especially if you're a fan of the Doctor Strange movie. So, but other than that, I mean, this movie was solid. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I do see the debate. I do hear how some people, may not like it. I did speak to someone who didn't like it that much, who thought it could have been stronger. And although I did fight for my movie, I was like, well, yeah, I kind of do see where you're coming from on those fronts right there. But I mean, other than that, man, I mean, this was shot beautifully. I thought it was directed beautifully. I didn't have a problem with the acting. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I can't wait to see it again. Honestly, I have personal plans to start up a Blu-ray collection of movies that I loved or movies that I have a series of and I need to continue. And I plan on doing that soon. I'm just waiting for one movie to drop so that I can go ahead and start my collection going. It's not coming yet, so I'm waiting. So, but when that happens, I'll be completing my Blu-ray collection and I will have the collection of things that I was like, yo, I loved it. Because I need to own this forever. Like, there are movies I need to own forever for the rest of my life. So even if they don't have Blu-ray players anymore. But that is a tangent that I don't need to go on. You guys have sat here long enough, and I thank you and appreciate you all for tuning in. What is my rating of this film? I almost left without giving y'all that. So out of the 5 stars, what do I give this movie? I give this movie, drum roll please, 4.9 out of 5 stars. I know, right? I was thinking this was going to be on a 5, like on the wall of 5s and everything, but it's 4.9 out of 5. It's a solid film, though. It's a solid film. There are a few problems that I named here and that I'm not looking at anyone else to tell me what they are. So, no, but it's a solid film. Definitely check it out. It's now playing in theaters. Y'all already know the vibes. If you can see it in the IMAX theater, see it in the IMAX theater. If you see it in 3D, see it in 3D. But if you see it in regular format and like I did, do not feel ashamed because you are getting the same experience, just a little less pretty. But it's still pretty. Like, you're getting the same experience that I got, all right? And it's a dope film. I highly recommend it. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness now playing in theaters. 4.9 out of 5 stars for me. But I want to know what you guys think. Down in the comments, let me know if you enjoyed this movie. If you have yet to see this movie, if you have high expectations for this movie, I will be definitely trying to do spoiler talk for this movie. Hopefully I get Sam here too. But other than that, guys, y'all take care. Be safe out here. A lot of weird politics going on nowadays. So Try to keep your heads, try to keep your noses clean, try to keep your heads up, and do the best you can. Be a good human. All right, that's it. Peace.